What's going on out there in YouTube land? This man of the land trucking, checking in. I'm not about to give y'all an update because I only got a little while and I need to knock this video out kind of fast. So if I stumble over some words or it seems rushed, y'all know why. We got to load, we got to drop off at like 8 o'clock and I got like an hour before I got to leave, so I got some things I need to take care of, so we finna knock this video out. Alright, so I had a guy ask about doing the in-cab inspection. I told you I was gonna do it, never got around to it, so here we go. I also got, I can't remember what your name is. I didn't write it down, because like I said, I got a lot going on. I wish you the best of luck. Hope this video help you out. Everybody else out there that's watching the video, hope it help y'all out. But anyway, here we go. So, I'm gonna use the paperwork so I don't forget anything. And all right, let's go, guys. So first, we're gonna do the seat belt. All right, so you're gonna make sure your seat belt is properly mounted and secure. It's not frayed or ripped. You wanna let them know you're talking about this area, and that it adjusts and properly latches. All right, what I would do when I'm doing it, when I said the frayed or ripped part, I definitely would grab this and let them know that you're talking about this frayed or ripped. Then when you do the adjust and latches, you make sure it adjusts to your body, and then it latches. I will latch it and then unlatch it or whatever. That way they'll know. After that, you can take the seatbelt off because you're not gonna need it. Emergency equipment. You're gonna do your fire extinguisher. My fire extinguisher is properly mounted and secure, and it's fully charged. Whenever I would do that, I would point back behind the seat. Just point back like this right here. The fire extinguisher. You can see that it's red. It's behind the seat. Next, you're gonna do your triangles. My 3 red reflective triangles are located under the bunk. You can point back behind you. They're located under the bunk. The bunk is behind you. Next, you're gonna point over here to the glove box. You're gonna say, my spare electrical fuses are located in the glove box, and you just point. After that, you're gonna do a safe start. I'm about to do the safe start, and then I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did after I do it. So, you're gonna go boom. See, I just matched that. Boom, boom. I'm about to type the code in for the truck. Got the code in, and I'm gonna start the vehicle. Make sure my ABS light goes on and go off. All right. So what I did, safe start, is you gonna shake the gear shifter to make sure the vehicle is in neutral. After you know that the vehicle is in neutral, you're gonna mash your clutch foot all the way down to the floor. That's what I just did. My clutch foot is all the way down to the floor. My brake is all the way down to the floor. You're gonna switch the vehicle on. Not crank it up, just switch it on. After you switch it on, you should have an ABS, 2 ABS lights that come on up here. You're gonna make sure that your ABS lights, sorry, I had the air on, but you're gonna make sure that both the ABS lights up here come on. You're gonna make sure that they come on and come off, go off. You're gonna say my ABS lights did come on and go off. This shows that I have no problem with the ABS system. After that, you will go ahead and continue to crank the truck all the way up. After you crank the truck all the way up, you can take your clutch foot off and your brake foot off because you know that the truck is in neutral. After that, you're gonna go to your voltmeter. This truck does not have a voltmeter on it. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. I done look for it and I can't find it. It don't have one. So, usually on most of the trucks, the voltmeter is up here somewhere. So we're gonna let this we're gonna say this is the voltmeter, which it ain't, but we're gonna say it is. So you're gonna say my alternator is charging between 13 and 14 volts. When you say that, you need to be touching the voltmeter so that they know you know where the voltmeter is on your truck. You can't find it, ask your trainer, they should tell you where your voltmeter is. Next, we're gonna go to your oil pressure. This is my oil pressure gauge. Boom. You're gonna say your oil pressure, you need to be touching it. It's rising to the normal operating range. Next, you're gonna go to your water temperature. The water temperature on this truck is right here, and other trucks is in different spots. But find it, make sure, ask your trainer. The water temperature is rising to the normal operating range. Next, you're gonna do your air pressure gauges. This truck has 2 air pressure gauges. Most trucks should at least have 2. We'll move the steering wheel so y'all guys can see. Okay. These are the 2 air pressure gauges. You're gonna say that my air pressure is right. It should be building to govern the cutout between 120 and 125 psi. I'm gonna say that again. My air pressure should be building to govern the cutout between 120 and 125 psi. Boom, y'all. After that, you're gonna do your city horn. Your city horn is right here, the little circle. You're gonna mash it twice. Bump, bump. I'm not gonna do it because we got truckers beside us and trying to go to sleep. They're actually trying to leave out and stuff now. So you'll do your city horn, bump, bump twice, air horn, bump, bump twice. After that, you're done. Next, you would do your windshield and mirrors. The way I do my windshield and mirror is I call it the magical wand, which pretty sure y'all done heard people say that before, but the magical wand. I would say my mirrors, I was pointing over here, mirrors, and just use the wand and windshield, mirrors and windshield. I'm trying to get my hand, but mirrors and windshield or whatever. You're just gonna use your magical wand and get everything in one sweep. You're gonna say that the windshield and mirrors are clean. No cracks or breaks or obstructions. The mirror is in proper adjustment. So I'm gonna say that one more time, I didn't read it right. The windshield and mirrors are clean. No cracks or breaks and no obstructions. The mirrors are in proper adjustment. So you would do the wine and say all of that. Bam. After that, you're gonna go to your windshield and windshield wipers. Whenever you do your windshield and windshield wipers, y'all see the arrow on here? This is what you're gonna mash. You're gonna push it in. The reason being you're gonna push that is because it's gonna wipe the windshields and spray the washers at the same time, so you can knock two birds off with one stone. So I'm gonna pushing it in. Y'all seeing the spraying and it's wiping. So y'all see that, right? So anyway, after that, you're gonna say, the wipers are properly mounted and secure and operate smoothly. The blades are not cracked or dry rotted. Next, you will go to your heater and defroster. All right, guys. So you're gonna turn your air on, which you already got the air on, but you're gonna turn the fan on it. You're gonna turn the air to heat. I turned it all the way over to heat. Then next, you're gonna turn this. I'm trying to see it. You're gonna turn it all the way over to trying to get them in there. Trying to make sure I get the right thing in there. But anyway, to this little guy right here with the defroster and the heat pointing at the feet, you're gonna do it on him. All right, the reason being you're gonna do that, you can check your heater and your defroster all at one time or whatever. Knock two birds out with one stone. So what you would do is you're gonna say, you must demonstrate that both your heater and your defroster are working. So you would stick your hand up here. I can feel the heat coming up here. You're gonna say my defroster is working. You take your hand, see the steering wheel, you're gonna stick it down below the steering wheel, you're gonna go all the way down to the floorboard. Down here where your feet at. You're gonna say, my heater's working. So bam, my heater's working. Stick your hand up here, my defroster's working. After that, I can tell they're working cause I feel the heat already. I'm about to burn up. So if you come out here in the summertime, make sure you please switch the air back over to air, because if not, you're gonna cook. And I can feel it already, so I know it's working. So yeah. Then after you get finished with that, you're gonna go to your light indicators. You're gonna do your left turn signal. And you're gonna point up here, you're gonna say left turn signal. You're gonna do your right turn signal. You're gonna point right turn signal. You're gonna do your high beams. I can't touch it, but hopefully y'all can see it in the video. And then you're gonna do, but you should be touching all this stuff when you're seeing it. And you're gonna do your four-way flashes. You're gonna hit your four-way flasher button. And then you're gonna go up here and point out your four-way flashers or whatever. So boom, y'all. I ain't trying to give y'all the bird neither. That's my middle finger, but I'm not trying to give you the bird. All right. So that's when you're done with your light indicators. Make sure you do your left turn signal, your right turn signal, your four-way flashes, and your high beams. And you should be pointing them out on the dashboard. Next, you're gonna do a parking brake check. Your parking brake, you're gonna do both brakes. You're gonna do your trailer brake and your tractor brake. All right, so with this, you just crank the truck up. Your parking brake should be set. Your tractor brake should already be set. That's how you set it. You will pull it out. It's already side. Your trailer brake shouldn't be side. And the way you release it is pushing it in. You see I'm pushing it in, now it's already in, and this is already pulled. The way you would check that is, you'll put the truck in its lowest gear. I'm going over this first gear right there. I'm in first, guys. I'm in first. So, you should probably see me, like the truck shake a little bit or whatever, but anyway, you're gonna give a slight tug on the parking brake to make sure that it's actually working. The truck gonna lift up a little bit, and then when you take your, push the clutch back all the way back in, you're gonna let out the clutch a little bit to let the truck try to take off some. It's gonna lift up a little bit because the brake should be holding. And then after you push the clutch back in to stop it from trying to move, the truck should kind of shake a little bit. You should see it. So, let's do y'all, let's try it. Letting off the clutch slowly, slowly, slowly. I'm not moving yet. Still letting off. Okay, the truck is starting to rise a little bit. Alright, it's just risen some. Y'all probably can't tell it, but watch this. Y'all seen it shake? Okay, I just took it, pushed the clutch all the way back in. So, the parking brake did hold. After that, you want to switch over to your trailer brake. To switch to your trailer brake, you don't want to have both brakes off at the same time because the truck will start rolling. I still got my foot on the clutch and on the brake, and I still got the truck in first gear. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna apply the trailer brake. I just applied it. You're gonna push in your parking brake. My parking brake is now off, my trailer brake is on. Make sure you do it that way. You don't want to have both brakes off at the same time. And you're gonna do the exact same thing. My truck still is in first gear. I didn't take it out of first gear. My foot is on the brake and on the clutch. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna take your foot off the brake. The trailer's holding it. The trailer brake is holding it. You're gonna lift up off the clutch just a little bit. I'm slowly lifting out the clutch. The truck should lift up again like it did earlier. Lifting out the clutch, lifting out the clutch. I'm lifting off. It still hasn't moved yet. Lifting, lifting, lifting. I'm doing it slow, guys. I'm lifting. All right, the truck is lifting up a little bit. All right, it's lifting up a little bit. All right, now I'm finna take my foot off the truck, off the clutch. Push the clutch all the way back in. Seen the rock just a little bit. All right, so we know that the trailer brake did hold. All right, so now I got my foot all the way on the clutch and all the way on the brake. I just took it back out of gear. All right, so we know our parking brakes did hold. Next, you're gonna do your service brake check. To do your service brake, you're gonna take the truck and put it back in its lowest gear. I'm not gonna do it because we're in a parking spot right now, but you put it back in its lowest gear. You would take your trailer brake off. So you would push this back in. Matter of fact, I'm finna push it because I got my foot on the brake. Anyway, so you would push this back in to release your brakes. After that, you don't have to have your seatbelt on for this part in the instruction because you're not going anywhere. With the truck in lowest gear, you're gonna take your foot off the clutch, and then after that, you're gonna mash the gas and drive up to at least 5 miles per hour. At least 5 miles per hour. Backing up just a little bit, guys. Okay. But yeah, after that, you're gonna drive, you're gonna mash the gas and you're gonna go at least 5 miles per hour. Once you get to 5 miles per hour, you will then mash the brake. You're gonna mash the clutch too and mash the brake. You don't want the truck to slow down, choke down. So you'll mash the clutch and mash the brake, and you'll make sure that the tractor doesn't pull to the left or to the right. If the tractor does not pull to the left or to the right, you will say, I applied the service brake and made sure that the tractor did not pull to the left or to the right. The tractor did not pull to the left or to the right. And you could say that it ensures me that my service brake is working. Immediately after that, your truck is gonna be in first gear, right? You mash the clutch and the brake down to stop the truck from, choking down. So your truck is already gonna be in first gear. The truck is in first gear. Immediately after that, do not mess with any of your brakes. Do not, trying to make sure I get this. Do not mess with either one of these. Do not touch them after that. You're gonna come over here and switch the truck off. You're gonna switch the truck off. And then immediately after that, switch it right back on. Do not crank it up to switch it on. The reason you're doing that is because you don't want to have your brakes on when you do your air brake test. You can't test your air brakes and test the make sure that they're working properly if you have the air brake supply. So you don't want them on. So after that, I still got my foot on the clutch and brake. The next thing you want to do is release your clutch foot first. I just took my, oh man, let y'all see it. Hopefully, let's see if I can get in the right spot. Okay, I think, can you see both my legs? I don't think you can. Anyway, you release your clutch foot first. I think I just seen it come up in the thing. That's it right there. That's my clutch leg. You're gonna release it first, and then your brake foot. Release it. Okay, now the gear is holding the truck. First gear is holding the truck from moving. What you want to do is do the 3 steps of your air brake test. You say, Mr. Examiner, 3 steps to the air brake test. I will be doing the first step of the air brake test is the apply pressure test. I will fully depress the brake while holding steady pressure for one. After my gauges have stabilized, I will ask you to time me for 1 minute, making sure that I do not lose more than 4 psi while listening for air leaks. So, after that, you will mash down on the brake. I suggest that you do it with 2 feet. So, I'm using both my feet to press down on the brakes. All right, so I'm pressing down on the brakes. You would check to make sure that your air gauges have stabilized. As you can see, mine have stabilized, they're not moving. After they have stabilized, you will say, Mr. Examiner, my gauges have stabilized. Can you please time me? The examiner will time you for 1 minute. So let's say you done time this, your 1 minute is up. The examiner will say, man of the land, your 1 minute is up. So I would say, okay, Mr. Examiner, I did apply full and steady pressure to my brakes for 1 minute, and I did not lose more than 4 psi. If you lost more than 4 psi, tell them, but you shouldn't lose more than 4 psi. Your trainer gonna make sure that the trailer and the truck is not losing air, so you should not lose more than 4 psi. So you should be saying, Mr. Examiner, I did fully depress my brake for 1 minute, checking for listening for air leaks, and I did not lose more than 4 psi within 1 minute. After that, you would go to the stage 2 of your air brake test. So you say, Mr. Examiner, I'm going to stage 2 on my air brake test. I will pump down on my brakes until both my indicator, my warning light and buzzing indicator come on. I'm gonna actually do it. So as you can see, I'm pumping down on it. I can see my gauges. You hear the y'all hear the buzzer now? And my brake air indicator came on. That's my indicator. Y'all hear the buzzer. That shit happened at or before 60 psi, and it did happen at or before 60 psi. So you say, Mr. Examiner, my warning indicator light did come on. You will reach up here and touch it, and the indicator light did come on, and we hear the buzzer. The buzzer did come on. This did happen at or before 60 psi. The second, and then you gonna say, I'm gonna move on to the 3rd stage of the air brake test. The 3rd stage of the air brake test, I will continue to pump down on the trailer. I will continue to pump down on the brakes until both my protection valves, these are your protection valves, until both my protection valves pop out. This should happen between 40 and 60 psi. So, pumping down on it. Y'all see the things? You should hear them pop. One, y'all hear both of them. Both of them just popped out. See, I'm pulling on them now. Oh, but both of them didn't pop out. And I'm glad it happened. I was gonna say, I'm glad it happened too. I was gonna say, after you hear one pop out, I suggest that you press it like 10 more times. The reason being, that may happen. You may have one of them that don't pop out. So I would suggest that you pump on it maybe 10 to 20 more times so that you'll know for sure that both of them pop out. Luckily during my test that didn't happen. Both of them popped out at the same time, but I was going, my trainer even told me that. I know I did press down on it a couple more times after one of them popped out. So, but it'll be good for you to make that a habit. Just whenever you practicing, go ahead and press down on it. After you hear one of them pop out, press down for like 20 more times to make sure that both of them actually pop out. And then after both of them pop out, you're gonna say, Mr. Examiner, both of my protection valves did pop out between 40 and 20 psi. And then after that, you would say, I am done with my in-cab inspection and air brake test. If you do all of it in that manner, you will pass the test. I hope this helped everybody out. Like I said, I got like an hour, well, a little less than an hour now because I made this video and it's like 20 minutes long. A little less than an hour to get myself together, whatever. So I got a few things I need to go take care of or whatever, and I'm about to do it. Y'all know the motto, man of the land, trucking, all gas, no brakes, no days off. I only know a few of y'all names, and most of y'all still don't know my name. I ask that y'all keep me in y'all prayers and y'all thoughts. I definitely do the same thing for y'all. If y'all like these videos, please like and subscribe. Please tell me what other video y'all want to see. Let me know what's going on with y'all. I don't mind just having conversations about any general thing or whatever. So hit me up, let me know what's going on, guys. Man of the Land Trucking is out. Audi.